The second phase in mitosis is metaphase. Let's see what changes take place in metaphase. Nuclear membrane and nucleolus completely disappear. So this process had already started in the previous phase, but now this is complete in metaphase. So here you have a diagram where you can see this is the nucleus, and inside the nucleus you have a nucleolus. This nucleolus is the site for synthesis of rRNA, that is ribosomal RNA. And the nucleus has got a covering of itself, and it is called as the nuclear membrane. So both have completely disappeared. Condensation of thread-like chromosomes is complete and clearly visible along with sister chromatids. So the condensation of chromosomes, that is that they had started becoming thick and short, is also complete, and they are clearly visible along with the sister chromatids. So we can see here that the sister chromatids are clearly visible. Chromosomes arrange themselves parallel to the equatorial plane or central plane. So now you can see that these sister chromatids have aligned themselves at a particular place inside the cell, and that is the equatorial plane, or it is also called as the central plane. So what is an equatorial plane or central plane? So we find that the chromosomes carrying genetic information align, that is they arrange on the equator of the cell. We can call this as the equator of the cell before being separated from each other to form the daughter cells. So we can even say that it is an imaginary line that is equidistant from the two poles. So these are the two poles, and this is an imaginary line which is equidistant from both the poles. So the sister chromatids, now they have arranged themselves at the equatorial plane or the central plane. Special flexible protein fibers called spindle fibers are formed between centromere of each chromosome and centrioles. So now here you can see spindle fibers which have been formed. These are special flexible protein fibers, and they are called as spindle fibers. And where have they been formed? They have been formed between the centromeres of the sister chromatids and the centrioles. So here you can see the two centrioles which had duplicated and migrated towards the two poles. So these spindle fibers, which are special protein fibers, they are formed between the centrioles and the centromere of each of the chromosomes. So this is what we find are the changes that take place in metaphase. Let's see the next phase, that is anaphase. Anaphase is the third phase in mitosis. Anaphase begins with the centromeres splitting. Splitting means to divide into two parts. So here you can see these are sister chromatids, and they are held with the help of centromere at the center. So these centromeres are going to split. Due to the splitting of the centromeres, sister chromatids of each chromosome separate. So now you can see that the centromeres have split, and now due to the splitting of the centromeres, the sister chromatids have got separated from each another. Sister chromatids are pulled in opposite directions with the help of spindle fibers. So here we have the spindle fibers, which are flexible protein fibers, and these spindle fibers are also called as microtubules. So these microtubules are now going to pull these sister chromatids towards the two poles of the cell. So now we can see that the sister chromatids are being pulled towards the two poles of the cell. Sister chromatids are now called daughter chromosomes. So now these are no more called sister chromatids because they have got separated. And now these sister chromatids are known by another name, that is daughter chromosomes. Chromosomes being pulled appear like bunch of bananas. So now you must be able to identify this. That is, they are appearing as if they are bunch of bananas. So a 1 mark question is asked over this. that is chromosomes being pulled, appear like bunch of bananas in which phase of mitosis? So the answer is anaphase. In this way, each set of chromosomes reach two opposite poles of cell. So now you can see that each set of chromosomes has reached the two poles of the cell. So let's see what happens in the next phase, that is telophase. Telophase is the last phase in karyokinesis during mitosis. During telophase, we find that the chromosomes start to decondense. In prophase, we had seen that the condensation started and the chromosomes had started becoming short and thick. But exact reverse process starts here, and again they start to decondense. To decondense means to become thread-like. Once again they appear to become thin and thread-like and almost invisible. So the chromosomes become thin, thread-like and almost invisible, and the process of decondensation starts. Nuclear membrane appears around each set of chromosomes. So we had studied that during prophase and metaphase, the nucleolus and the nuclear membrane had both disappeared. So now the nuclear membrane starts to appear around each set of chromosomes. So here you can see the nuclear membrane which has appeared over the two sets of chromosomes. Two daughter nuclei are formed in the cell. So two daughter nuclei are formed. These are the two daughter nuclei. This is first and this is second. These are the two daughter nuclei that are formed within one single cell. Nucleolus also appears. So nucleolus which had disappeared again appears. Spindle fibers disappear. So microtubules or spindle fibers, protein fibers now start disappearing. And this completes karyokinesis. So with the formation of the two nuclei inside the cell, the process of nuclear division or karyokinesis is complete, and now the next phase will be of cytokinesis, that is the distribution of the cytoplasm. So let's see what happens in cytokinesis. The four phases of karyokinesis, that is nuclear division, are over. This is now going to be followed by cytokinesis, which is the division of cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a thick fluid, and it comprises of proteins, salt and water. So that needs to be equally divided on both the sides of the cell. So cytoplasm divides and two new cells are formed. So the cytoplasm starts moving and it gets equally divided inside the cell, that is on both the sides of the cell. So this is what we observed in telophase, that the nuclear division was complete. The cytoplasm now has started moving towards both the sides of the cell, and we even notice that a cleavage furrow is also formed. We find that the cell starts becoming narrower towards the center, that is towards the equatorial plane, and this is called as a cleavage furrow. It is also called as a constriction, so that the cell becomes narrower towards the central part. A notch is formed at the equatorial plane which deepens to form two new cells. So finally, when the cytoplasmic division is over, the notch starts becoming deeper and deeper. The notch is the same, that is cleavage furrow, and it starts becoming deeper and deeper. So here you can see that the notch has become it has become highly deepened, and you can find now that the cell would be dividing into two from here. So a notch is formed at the equatorial plane which deepens to form two new cells. So finally we find that at the equatorial plane the furrow becomes very narrow, and finally it cuts off, giving rise to two new daughter cells. In case of plant cells, a cell plate is formed exactly along the midline of the cell. So only difference that we notice in the cell division in case of plants and animals is that instead of an equatorial plane, we are going to have a cell plate, which is going to divide the plant cell into two equal halves. So with this, we come to the end of mitosis. We have studied the 4 phases in karyokinesis and then how the cytoplasmic division takes place in cytokinesis. And we know the importance of mitosis, that is, it plays an important role in wound healing. It is responsible for growth and development and for the formation of new cells in the body. So with this, we come to the end of mitosis. I'm going to share with you a video of mitosis, and that will be very helpful to you in understanding the concept behind it. Thank you.